everyone, my name is Greg Ellis, and welcome to Redskin Review. This show is being taped on Wednesday, October 13th, and in this show we will take a look at the Redskins' big win over Milford in Week 7, and we'll look ahead to this week's game at home against Glen Essie. This is our 8th show this season, and the Redskins come in with a 6-1 record after 7 games. Jeff Giesting, Dan Alvarez, thanks for joining me, guys.
No problem.
Coach, you get your second win. You're 2-0 in the league now.
Yep.
We go up against the Milford team that started off the year pretty well, and they got beat pretty bad by Glen Essie in Week 6. But I thought they came out and played pretty strong, especially the first quarter. It was homecoming, and I thought they played pretty well the first half, or at least the first quarter. Then your team really took off in the second quarter.
Yeah, they were fired up. It was homecoming, and the seniors always play better at homecoming and so forth. And we started really well. I mean, defensively, we got a 3-and-out. We made them punt. We got the ball on the 40-yard line, and we didn't do anything with it. And we have to be able to convert from there. And it seems like offensively, we're still trying to find our niche early in the game, and we're a little bit slow starting out for whatever reason. And we need to get that fixed here as we get into these last 3 games. But overall, then we played pretty well from the second quarter on, and our number one defense held them to 8 points, and which anytime you do that, you got a really good chance of winning. And we got passing game going a little bit, and we made some plays and kind of opened it up there in the third quarter.
I actually thought that their offense sort of mirrored ours a little bit. They had a quarterback somewhat similar to Nick Mason, and Terry Mellon, if you look at it, is somewhat similar to Jake Nelson.
Yeah, he might be a little faster than Jake, but he's a good running back. He does a good job, and they left him in there pretty much the whole game, and he kept running hard, and we had a couple things we could have done a little better on the perimeter to tackle, but overall we held him. Probably take out the last drive when he probably had 60 yards against the twos. We held him to probably about 70 yards. So that's pretty good against him. He's a pretty good back.
You had Ryan Ossenbeck, who obviously played quarterback in that first quarter there. For not playing quarterback a lot during the year, he did a pretty nice job for you in that first quarter.
Yeah, he did. Really, I think he forgot to send somebody in motion once, and maybe dropped that one ball. But yeah, he had a tough spot to step in. Nick was going to sit the first quarter, and Ryan did a really good job for us. He's been playing receiver, and he gets reps in practice, but he doesn't get near what it takes to really be ready for a varsity game all the time. And it was good for him to get those reps because you're one injury away from him having to be in there. So he did a good job for us.
And, you were talking about earlier about how the offense starts off slow for the last couple of weeks. Didn't help matters that you had to then move one of your wide receivers to quarterback,
sure.
And you didn't have Jordan in there right in the beginning too.
Right.
Is the slow start? Is it what you guys aren't doing right, maybe, or is it what they are really doing to you? I mean, what?
Well, I think sometimes it takes the game a while to settle down and for us as coaches to really determine what they're trying to do to us defensively. And the other part of it, we didn't have Jordan in, we didn't have Nick in, and basically 2 starters not playing for a while. Jordan's shoulder was still a little gimpy, and we tried to rest him as much as we could. So it's kind of a combination of things. I think the other issue is in practice we're so young that our scout team defense really doesn't present a great challenge to our starting offense and defense, and so they're not always maybe ready for what they're going to face, and especially this week with facing Glen Essie in the wing T. It's hard for our young guys to simulate that in practice, so that'll be a real challenge for us.
And it really seemed like that you guys got a really huge boost when Nick and Jordan then came in the game. I think they connected pretty early, and it seemed like it just energized you guys. It seemed like
they're good players. I mean, you put good players in the game, you're going to do some good stuff. And Jordan just keeps making plays and doing some really good things. I don't think he might only have 2 or 3 catches in this game, but for not practicing all week because of his shoulder and really just coming in and performing the way he did, I'm really proud of him for that. And it seems like Jake gets going as the game goes on, and then really we start to wear on people a little bit, and we're able to run the football more effectively.
First quarter, Milford put together a real nice touchdown drive, and I thought they had some success throwing that wide receiver screen, and they got quite a few yards out of that.
Well, they got like 50 yards on it, and our guys kind of got a little bit, lost our focus for a while, I think. And you know, it was a matter of overrunning things. Our guys are pretty aggressive, and we didn't quite stay in our cutback lanes, and they did a nice job with it. They ran 2 good screens against us in the first half, and we were kind of surprised they didn't run any screens the rest of the game.
Yeah, we were too.
You know, we kept waiting on it. I know the other year when Loveland had success with it, we got like 7 or 8 of them in the game, and because you got to be able to stop stuff, or you're going to keep seeing it, and so they did us a little bit of a favor, I guess, by not running it again. But after that, we settled down and played pretty well again.
Milford tried a trick play where they handed off to Turmoil, and he turned around and he was going to throw it back to the quarterback Sullivan, and Taylor Ray was there. That was a big play in that game.
It really was. Taylor did a nice job staying at home where he was supposed to be. We'd practiced it, we'd seen it, and you know, it really worked out well for us. He made just a great interception. It's a shame he had to jump farther. He would have scored on it. And the thing about it is Michael Helton was right behind him too.
Yeah.
If they would have completed it, he would have been right there to tackle the quarterback. So both of them did a nice job defending that play.
In this game, Ronzel Foster had another interception, and me and Dan were commenting during the game. He was really helping. He's such a big kid. He's really helping out on those runs on Termo, and I mean, I thought he did a good job of helping on the run.
He did. He's a work in progress. He's young. He's only a junior. He's got the body, and he passes the look test, but he's just very, very inexperienced playing football. And he gets better each week, and he learns more about the game and what he needs to do. And you know, he did a nice job filling on the run the other night. Probably one of the best jobs he's done all night or all year. And then he had another interception because he's tall and lanky and he can jump and he's got to hold on to the ball so he doesn't fumble or he gets tackled. But you know, he made a big play for us.
Is this his second year playing ball, or did he play last year?
Yeah, he played last year, and that really was his first real year of playing a lot. He had played, I think, when he was younger a little bit, but not, I think, a whole lot from maybe sixth grade on. So he's learned a lot. He's similar to what Breon Mapp was for us the other year, and Breon had a great last year for us, and we're expecting big things out of Ronzel the rest of this year and next year.